Hi guys, welcome to Simply Scuba. Here we have the Apeks XTX50 with the DS4 first stage. So this is a very sort of customizable regulator set. You can use this for anything from single cylinders to stage cylinders, twins. The XTX50 is very customizable as well. It's ambidextrous, so a technician can swap the hose rotation. Yeah, it's a very, very practical regulator. Tech divers like it. So let's take a closer look. So first of all, you get a replaceable exhaust tee on the second stage. So if we look at the XTX50 first, so it comes as standard with these sort of wide exhaust tees. So these send your bubbles really far away so they don't obstruct your view. But if you want a slightly more compact second stage, you can remove them. You just push that little button in the center, the two halves separate, and then you can replace it with this one, which is the compact exhaust tee. Makes it a bit more of a sort of rounder second stage, makes it a bit more compact. Also on the second stage, if I move those to one side, so you have two adjustments on this. You have a adjustable breathing knob, so this metal knob on this side, if you screw it all the way in, that stiffens the breathe to make it a little bit harder to open that valve. Unscrew it, makes it a little bit lighter. So unscrewing it is great for when it's in storage. There's less pressure on that seal. If this is like your octo, an alternate air source, you can screw it all the way in, and that just makes it less likely to free flow when you're in the water. Another thing that's going to help with free flows is the adjustable Venturi, the pre-dive lever. So this will interrupt a free flow by redirecting the airflow on the inside of the second stage. So instead of going into a full-blown sort of free flow, it'll just hiss a little bit. It redirects the airflow back towards the front of the second stage and just interrupts it. The purge button on the front, decent sized purge button. This is a solid sort of piece of plastic. Pressing any of that, this is two stage as well, so you can push it a little bit and get a little bit of gas, push it all the way in and you get a lot of gas. It's balanced as well, so it means that it's very consistent with its airflow. The mouthpiece itself, this is their Comfort mouthpiece, nice and short so it doesn't go too far to the back of your jaw, and you get this section that goes sort of around the roof of your mouth and just means that you don't have to bite down quite so hard. Another nice thing that you can't see on this regulator is that they actually have antibacterial sort of properties impregnated into the materials. So especially if you're diving in freshwater sites or even in sort of marine sites, a lot of nasties can start to sort of grow, especially on the inside of these. Even if you have washed them out, if you haven't washed them out completely, then that sort of antibacterial sort of impregnation is going to start helping and killing some of those nasties. So as I mentioned earlier, this can be ambidextrous, so a technician can actually take this hose off, swap the internals around and have it fitted to the other side if you prefer, the hose routing out over the left side. Lots of big heat sinks coming into this. All this sort of chunky bits of metal just acts as a heat sink to that gas coming in, so that sort of reduces the chance that it's going to sort of freeze and free flow. You'll notice on this nut you have a little sort of flat section. This is for if you want to attach a cable tie and a bolt snap, you can have one there. I tend to have mine a little bit further away, so I attach it to the hose, but if you want it a little bit closer, that's fine, you can fit it onto there. Connecting both stages is the braided hose. This is a braided hose, a lot lighter and a lot more flexible compared to a traditional rubber hose. And then we get to the DS4 first stage. So this is a environmentally sealed first stage. So that means that the water can't get onto the inside of the working parts. So you don't have to wash it quite as thoroughly. Contaminants and some nasty bits aren't going to get on the inside. It is a diaphragm, it's overbalanced as well, so that actually means that it can deliver even more gas than you need the further down you go. 4 low pressure ports, but only 1 high pressure port. which is kind of fine as long as you're not using wireless air transmitters or anything. You're only using a single SPG coming out of this. It's a very smart and compact little first stage, and yeah, you can use this on a single cylinder back mounted, twin cylinders if you get a pair of them. That way all these sort of hoses can route downwards. A lot of people use them on stage cylinders as well because they're quite compact, but they're very powerful, and it's a big chunk of metal, so it's cold water rated. You can use this in both warm and cold waters. As far as weight, the first stage is kind of heavy, but the second stage is kind of light, so leveling them out, I'd still be happy traveling with them. Very much using them in the UK, and sort of colder waters I'd be happy using it. I do use the XTX50 myself. It's a very smart regulator, very tough, and customizable for what type of diver you are. This is the Apeks XTX50 with the DS4 first stage. Thanks for watching, and safe diving.
We are an online dive store serving the UK and the world for all your diving equipment needs. So why not visit us at simplyscuba.com or click the box on your screen.